Hi everyone, this is Caroline Speaks the State of Her World on Wednesday, January 26, 2022. So what is it? Good, bad, or indifferent? Coronavirus, possible war with Russia, um, people refusing to wear a mask, uh, and get the vaccine when it's available to them, safe to get, but otherwise everything's okay. Now, what are some of the headlines? Africa CDC director says vaccine inequity prolongs the pandemic. Global cooperation can stop new variants. So we have to do that, make the vaccine available to everyone in the world. If one person has the virus, then we'll all, none of us are safe. Okay, we have to get the patent rights eliminated for these pharmaceutical companies. Another story, Gangsters of Capitalism. Jonathan Katz on the parallels between January 6th uh, insurrection, 1934, anti FDR coup plot. 1934, people from General Motors, DuPont, and what's the third one? General Motors, DuPont. Oh, and JP Morgan, they colluded with a very famous Marine to remove FDR from office because these people do not like um, anything that would help people. So they got um, a what do you call it? A very popular Marine, um, someone named Smedley Butler, and he he was a Marine officer, and he was involved with a lot of stuff. Um, but he declared the war is a racket, and the far right conspiracy to overthrow liberal democracy has historical parallels to the recent January 6th insurrection, says Katz. And he he spoke to a House committee, and basically he spilled the beans. Now, what else? Takeover. Young Lords. Juan Gonzalez on the hospital protest. Documentary shortlisted for an Academy Award. They took over Lincoln Hospital, which was providing very poor service to the constituents, and it was a New York City hospital. Okay, what else is happening? U.S. says personal sanctions against Putin are possible if Russia invades Ukraine. And an aid ship to Tonga reports 23 COVID cases. And China tries to contain Omicron ahead of Olympics. Lots of luck. Biden admin pulls business vaccine requirement. And the judge stays the decision blocking New York indoor mask mandate. So the indoor mask mandate stays in place for now, at least. So hopefully, hopefully, um, we will um, get through this, and people will come to their senses and protect themselves and protect others. Now, Pfizer starts testing Omicron vaccine. FDA holds the use of two antibody uh, therapies. Uh, yeah, they launched a trial of Omicron specific vaccine, and the FDA withdrew, that was Pfizer, FDA withdrew emergency use authorizations for COVID antibody drugs from Regeneron and Eli Lilly, saying they don't work against Omicron. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis slammed the move, threatening a possible lawsuit, even as the two affected drug companies did not dispute the findings, with Eli Lilly agreeing with the FDA decision. The White House labeled DeSantis' response as crazy. Well, yeah, he is a crazy person. He's a Trumper. Okay, now, um, Leonard Peltier calls prison conditions torture amid COVID lockdowns and neglect. And he has been imprisoned as a Native American activist, and he's been imprisoned, um, convicted of the killing of 2 FBI agents on South Dakota's Pine Ridge Reservation in 1975, he has long maintained his innocence. So, we'll see what happens there. Now, Colombian indigenous leader Jose Albiera Camayo was killed by an armed group. Colombia has had a civil war, and this man, Mr. Camayo, was assassinated in the region of Cauca, and he's a member of the Nasa people and one of the founders of the Indigenous Guard, an unarmed collective of land defenders. Indigenous leaders said a group of dissident members of the now mobilized Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, or the FARC, opened fire on them and community members after demanding respect for their people and territory. Among those involved in the attack is a man accused of murdering a 14-year-old indigenous Nasa native earlier this month. Colombia has had problems for a long time, and we blame them for the drug trade. Okay, now, Pataxo protesters in Brazil launched a blockade after 3 years after the deadly Yale Vale Dam disaster. So hopefully the indigenous Pataxo protesters will prevail. Now, what else is new? 7 Bangladeshi refugees died en route to Italy. They were coming from Bangladesh on a boat and trying to cross the Mediterranean on a boat from Libya to the Italian island of Lampedusa. So most of them from Bangladesh and Egypt, and around 280 refugees were aboard the boat. Oh, colonialism is doing great, and Italy doesn't want them. Okay, now want to use the countries and then dispose of the people. Dozens of migrants fear dead after boat capsized off of the Florida coast. And this is a boat that was coming from the Bahamas. So, and basically the Bahamas is used as a transit point by migrants who are attempting to reach the United States for safety. That is very sad. Now, Florida bill backed by utility company could wreck state's solar industry. I don't know why they're trying to do this. The bill will effectively kill the state's rooftop solar market by making the sustainable energy source economically non-viable. The rooftop solar industry currently provides tens of thousands of jobs in Florida and brings in billions of dollars. The bill is backed by the state's largest electric utility, Florida Power and Light. They want to wipe out the competition. I'm sure that DeSantis wants that bill to pass. Florida Republicans push homophobic bill banning discussion of LGBTQ issues in schools. I don't know. People find out about things. You don't, can't ban people thinking. You can block them from the library, but people still find out. There's the internet, and there's the internet. I remember there's a time when the former governor of Florida, Scott, who then became a senator, he forbade the state of Florida from talking about climate change. That was forbidden. No one in Florida in government could talk about climate change. And he himself bought a property that's supposed to protect his property from climate change. So I don't get it. But that's the way it is. Prosecutors accuse 3 ex-officers of failing to intervene during George Floyd's murder. Okay, I hope they'll be held accountable. At least 29 House Dems will not run for re-election because of redistricting. I hope others will get in as Democrats. Alabama ordered to redraw racist voting map. I hope keep the House remains Democratic and the Senate. Okay, Pentagon puts 8,500 troops on high alert as U.S. warns Russia is preparing Ukraine invasion. Judge strikes down New York mask mandate, but it's uh, it's on it's not done yet. The New York Department of Health is planning an appeal. I don't know why they want to not protect people. Um, Sarah Palin tests positive coronavirus. It's a flaunting New York City vaccination requirement. Well, I hope she gets full blown coronavirus and does not survive. She's a real idiot. Okay, now, so that's the news. Not good, but that's what it is. So, what shall we do now? How about a little short song? Okay, here we go. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. This grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. Okay, that was Amazing Grace. Hope you liked it. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Wednesday, January 26, 2022, for another meeting of Carolyn Speaks State of the World. I hope you'll join us again tomorrow evening. In the meantime, take care of yourself and others. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Practice social distancing. And when the vaccine is available for you and it's safe for you to take it, I would take it. Had mine, the Johnson & Johnson one shot, May 27th. So at the end of January, beginning of February, I'm due for a booster, so I'll have to look into that. I had 2 sore arms, and I was tired for a week, and I was fine. So, remember, was vaccine available for you and safe to take it? I would take it. I did have mine. Thank you. Take care of yourself and others. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. Thank you. Good night.